Hello, this is Greg Lambrecht, the CEO of SinglePoint. Our ticker symbol is SING, S-I-N-G, and I'm here with Will Ralston, the president of SinglePoint, and we have our national spokesman with us here today, Kevin Harrington. Happy to have you on today's show, Kevin.
Hey, thank you, Greg. It's a pleasure to be here, Will. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
Well, you know, we haven't really did any public announcement for 2 or 3 weeks, and you know, we let the public know that we're building our coin-based platform and that we've shot the commercial, and we just wanted to give the public an update on where we're at with that. So I think I'm going to, you know, ask Will to kind of, you know, go from here and you know, give us a broad outline on where we're at with the platform and you know, really how long do you think it's going to take before we're actually put the you know, the commercial out on there?
Yeah, so right now we've actually pushed the wallet to test flight within the Apple Store, and we're doing a few pre-beta testing things internally, and then we're actually going to launch a beta program where we'll actually allow some of our investors and the general public to go ahead and sign up for a beta account. So we hope to be making that announcement soon. Once we get through that beta, we'll actually be able to fully launch the commercial. And the commercial, as everybody knows, that we shot with Kevin Harrington in Phoenix back in January, is just about ready to go. What we're going to do is put in some screenshots of the application throughout the commercial and be ready to launch.
Yeah, so you know, one of the things that Kevin had you know, reiterated before is he was really excited about SinglePoint because we weren't, you know, just buying Bitcoin. We're actually developing a platform where customers can store their Bitcoin or Weedcoin or whatever, and from there they could take them to a you know, a retail outlet and buy products. So I know, Kevin, you're out, you know, speaking and traveling around, and maybe you can just tell us, you know, kind of what you see going on out there in the cryptocurrency world.
So thanks, Greg. I mean, what's really exciting for me as an entrepreneur, I get a chance to touch many different groups all around, not only the United States, but also internationally. I just did a European tour. Prior to that, I was in Asia, you know, Singapore and Hong Kong and all around Asia side, and then Latin America before that. So, and then I'm going to be right back at it again, you know, doing that all over again. So when I'm talking to entrepreneurs, one of the biggest topics always gets down to crypto and blockchain and all the things that are happening. And what's so cool is to see that some of these, it seems to be, you know, some younger entrepreneurs that are jumping in earlier, middle-aged entrepreneurs, even older entrepreneurs are getting involved with more than just one of these crypto kind of situations. So, you know, so they're buying different coins, and now they have all these different places that they're storing. And I think this was one of the really clever things about Sing was this is, you know, a one-stop place that you can really store all of your crypto coins. So I know that when I'm talking to folks, they're excited about that as an opportunity so that it's simpler and easier. And, you know, because I mean, even, you know, relatives of mine that I've talked to that are owning 8 or 10 different coins. And so keeping it all in one place is a very powerful opportunity, I believe.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what, you know, we're trying to do at SinglePoint. Again, we're, if you will, trying to be the pick and shovel of the, you know, the Bitcoin, where we're supplying, you know, everything but buying Bitcoin, of course. So we're supplying the platform, and I'm glad you brought up blockchain. Boy, you know, we try and go to all the conferences, and there is an enormous push on blockchain right now. All the major Fortune 500 companies are currently, you know, evaluating on how they're going to get together their blockchain solution. So because of that, we're starting to really focus on blockchain as well, because, you know, we're a technology company, and we see that that's going to be really the wave of the future. So we're pretty happy to say that we got our first order to build out a blockchain solution for a medical company, and you know, it was $750,000, and you know, for us that was quite an order. So we've decided to really go for it, and we've actually just today signed a deal where we're going to bring on 12 developers in Bulgaria. And you know, 4 of these guys have their PhD in blockchain. So we're going to start to really focus on blockchain. Maybe Will, you could expand upon that a little bit, and then I'll ask Kevin to tell us what he's heard out there about blockchain.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. As we've previously announced, we were able to actually put together a deal where a company, OR Hub, is going to provide us with the opportunity to build out their private blockchain for the data they're already capturing in the operating rooms at different hospitals across the nation. So we're going to architect a solution with the team that we're putting together that have actually 4 developers with their PhD in blockchain, and we're excited to put that solution together because we believe that's going to lead to a lot of other opportunities to build out blockchain solutions for other businesses, such as in automotive industry, healthcare, and as well as the cannabis solutions that we've been looking at from seed to sale, and actually now what we want to start calling cradle to grave tracking because of the cannabis waste and diversion opportunity that we see out there in the market currently as well.
Yeah, we really see a first mover advantage, you know, of us, you know, putting some money and some time and energy and getting a development team over in Europe starting. We see a huge first mover advantage where you know, this thing could really take off for SinglePoint. Kevin, what have you heard about blockchain out there?
Good question, Greg. I mean, so again, I'm definitely out there getting the pulse of the entrepreneurial world as well as the crypto and the blockchain world. And so what's exciting for me is I've been an entrepreneur now in this as seen on TV industry and space for 35 years. And so when I think of all the services that I've utilized over those years, we've done tremendous amount of importing, so fulfilling goods, buying goods, bringing them in. But a lot of that was done the old school way with paperwork and under the table kind of deals with people, and you know, it's, you know, things that I didn't even know were happening. And then that's the shipping and fulfillment world. I've done, you know, $1 billion plus in that importing of goods. And that's now being blockchain so that there can't be anybody taking advantage of the systems. And then on the media side, similar things. We've spent, you know, $1 billion plus in media. You know, so from fulfillment to media to credit card processing to talent to production, all of the arenas that if I look back at the billions of dollars that I've spent over the many years that I've been doing this, all of those areas probably had a lot of seepage and money flowing out that maybe went into some of the wrong hands and wasn't properly accounted for and or allocated in the right area. So with blockchain, now you're having these new systems that are being put in, a new ledger, so to speak, that will ensure that the right amount of monies and the right deals are going to the right folks. So I think I'm seeing it happen in my world: insurance, fulfillment, customer service, media, production, even banking and processing. Across virtually every industry that I've been writing checks to are now looking at blockchain. So I feel that without a doubt, blockchain is going to be around for, you know, the long haul of many, many years. And this is why when you go to some of these conferences, you're seeing some of the biggest and the best companies that are attending these conferences, because they understand they need to be looking at how they can use blockchain to cut the fat out of any of the systems they may have in place currently.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. You really hit it right on the blockchain. I mean, that's exactly what we're seeing. And one of the, the advantages for our shareholders and our investors is that, Will and I are going to these conferences and we're in the same room learning at the same time of anybody else from IBM or any other big company. So what does that tell us? That tells us that we have the same opportunity right now to get as much blockchain business as anybody else, where maybe if it was a product or a business that's been around 30, 40 years, tougher to break into. But boy, we really see an advantage of being first mover and getting blockchain solutions out there. And who knows? Maybe within 6 months we'll have 100 developers over in Europe. So we're really excited about that. And one of the nice things about blockchain is it's not depending on the mood of investors. It's a real product that is just not going away and is not volatile. So we're really excited about it. One of the things I wanted to update for our shareholders today is we got our Noble list back, and people in the industry know what that means. But basically, what it means is that we have 30,000 shareholders. So that's just amazing, for us. And the next thing I want to update on is that we're literally 30 to 60 days to becoming fully reporting, which is really going to give us a lot more advantage. Particularly institutional investors can not only buy our stock on the market, but also they can invest into the company. So we're really excited about that. And this is the year that Sing is really going to show significant revenue increase, and we're really excited to 2018. And Kevin, we're just so happy to have you aboard. And also, let's let the shareholders know that within probably 30, 60 days, they're going to start seeing our national TV ads with Kevin Harrington on them. Will, maybe you want to just wrap up, and we'll have Kevin wrap up and go from there.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, I'm going to just throw this out here. I think I'd just like to take a few questions of kind of your sentiment in the world of crypto, since you're out and around and kind of going to these events nationally. So I'm just going to ask that question. Yeah, Kevin, what have you seen with being boots on the ground and being able to talk to many different people in many different countries about kind of the sentiment in the cryptocurrency world right now? We've seen a lot of volatile swings, but why don't you give us your perspective as to what really the mood is, as opposed, being there in person, as opposed to kind of what we're all reading just online today?
Well, so I think many of the people that I talk to, they tend to be reasonably savvy in terms of their knowledge of the market. And many of them got in quite a while. They're not just understanding it as of today. They've been following it for 6 months, a year, whatever it might be. And, I know people that, they got in so long ago that when things have gone up, they've done well. And even now, there's been some ups and downs in certain of the cryptos. If you got in the beginning, when it was a lot lower, even with a little correction, they're still in the plus side of the business. So many of them are still enthusiastic and seeing light at the as they go through this whole process, and understanding that all markets are going to have ups and downs. So I mean, I think the bottom line is that there's just a general feeling of confidence about the marketplace, and I'm seeing more people. An unbelievable story the other day. Somebody that hadn't seen in a couple of years. He's now buying mining machines, and he's just talking about how excited he bought 10 and then 20, then 50, and now more. So it's I think there's a general good feeling about the industry out there, and hopefully about Sing's ability to be the one-stop center to house all of those cryptos in the single wallet concept. So yeah, I think between the world of crypto as well as the world of blockchain as we see it, and now we're seeing, and that's not, the blockchain side isn't so much personal and individuals as it is corporations. So I think on a personal level, you've got the crypto world, but on a business level, I think you see a lot of businesses and big businesses that are tuning into the world of blockchain.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And from the relationships and contacts that we have that are deep into the industry, it's the same sentiment. Everybody's very bullish, especially on the blockchain technology. We know that that's not going anywhere. A lot of people are still very bullish on crypto and the direction that it's going, which is increasing as well. While we have had a little correction here, many people that are in tune with the industry are still very, very high on what can happen with this, with these different cryptocurrencies. So we're excited for that, and it's interesting that you bring up mining. Actually, we've had a few groups reach out to us that would like us to participate in their mining operations that they have ongoing. So that's actually a couple of things that we are exploring, because it would then give us the end-to-end, end-to-end cycle of utilizing Bitcoin. As we'd be mining it, we'd be supplying it, and we'd be able to go ahead and implement that into our wallet as well. So something we're exploring. Nothing's definitive yet, but it's a very interesting landscape out there right now.
Yeah, and I think, exactly. Funny you mentioned that, Will. I was going to say that, that's right. Kevin mentioned the mining, and we actually, have a pretty large deal we're working at. It's not public knowledge yet, so we can't really talk about it. But I think part of, doing these updates or podcasts or whatever you want to call them is, I think it really helps us show the shareholders transparency, that, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we're thinking about. But maybe even more importantly, we're a technology company, and we have expertise in all the things that we're talking about. And also, we're always looking for the next great thing. And that's kind of what today is about, is to, to let our shareholders know that, we have someone like Kevin Harrington out there traveling really all over the world, talking to different people and communicating with us and telling us what he's seen. And we're always looking at what the next new thing is in the, in this sector. In fact, for a lot of reasons that have made us look pretty smart now, we decided not to do a coin. And we made the right decision there. So we just want to let our shareholders know that, we're on top of this, and this is going to be, 2018 is going to be the year for Sing. I want to say thanks, Kevin, for being on the show today, and thanks, Will. And we'd like to give you these updates probably, once a quarter, or maybe even once 30 days. So go Sing, and Kevin, go ahead and say goodbye to us today, and we'll be seeing you soon.
So
not only on TV, but our next podcast.
Close by saying thank you guys for having me today. And what's exciting to me also is, 35 years I've been in this TV business, so we're going to be utilizing some very, tactical programs here. As we've already shot a TV commercial that will be coming out. It'll be airing on national networks, and this will also be something that will give a heightened awareness to Sing as a public company, in addition to working on the fully reporting aspects that you mentioned. So I think there's a lot of interesting things happening with once we start getting those commercials out and the dollars spent, raising the awareness level of who we are and what we're doing. This is very powerful for the marketplace, and I'm looking forward to that, and just excited to be here today. And thanks for listening, and thanks for the update, guys. It's good to be part of the team.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, and I think we'll wrap up, if you want to call it an update or a podcast, and go Sing.